Graphing a line given its equation in standard form. So recall standard form looks like ax plus by equals c, usually with a greater than 0. So the two examples we have here, they're both in standard form already. So a good way to remember this is that x's and y's are on the left side of the equation and it's in alphabetical order. Notice on the right side of the equations, there's only a number or a constant. In this case, they're both integers. So why don't we get started here? These are both in standard form. And let's do A. If you have graph paper, it's often very, very useful. We're going to go ahead and graph straight line. You might want to make use of a straight edge as well. You are graphing a straight line. For part A, what we're going to do is we're going to pick specific ordered pairs. In fact, we're going to pick on simple ordered pairs. So when we make our t-chart, we're going to start with x and y for two columns. And we're going to put x to be 0. And then we're also going to have y to be 0, but on a separate line. So we're actually doing two problems at once. So for one case, x is 0, and for another case, y is 0. So let's label that. Case 1, when x is 0. So when x is 0, let's see what happens. We get 0 minus y is equal to negative 2. So if you divide the entire sides by negative 1, we end up getting y is now equal to 2. So under case 1, we get 0, 2 as an ordered pair. Let's do case 2. Case 2 is when y is 0 this time. Y is 0, and this time we will write what? From the original equation, we write x minus 0 is equal to negative 2. So if I'm going too fast, I could put this back here. How about that? This says x is equal to negative 2. So we have two ordered pairs. These actually translate to coordinates, or ordered pairs, an x and a y. And now we're ready to graph. So graph paper is very, very handy. And if you have a ruler, it'll help you make your lines straight. Let's put the y-axis here. So if you ever turn on your phone GPS signal, you'll realize that the GPS will place you at the origin. Remember, the origin is when the x-axis intersects the y-axis, and we have the origin basically centered in the middle. This is x, this is y, here is your origin. And let's plot the ordered pair 0, 2. So go 0 units in the x direction and then go up 2 units in the y direction. Let's also graph this one, this ordered pair. This says go left 2 units in the x direction and then don't go up and down. So we go left 2 units in the x direction. We get that. And we're able to connect the dots. Draw another straight line through this way. Make sure to remember to put the arrows at the end. And let's label this line. What is this line called? This line is called x minus y is equal to negative 2. We have names for these specific ordered pairs. This one down here is often called the x-intercept. So the x-intercept occurs when y is 0. This one here is called the y-intercept. So we say the y-intercept is 2. Here the x-intercept is negative 2. Now if you translate these to ordered pairs, you'll get some teachers saying that the x-intercept is 0, negative 2. So just check back with your instructor to make sure what do they want for x and y intercepts. Excuse me, this is not the x-intercept. Let's try that again. Ordered pair, so negative 2 has to come first, and then comma 0. How about the y-intercept? This is y-intercept translate to an ordered pair would be 0, 2. Let's do this again for example B. So here we are. This equation is once again in standard form. Ax plus by is equal to c. And let's try choosing out intercepts again. So we do them one at a time. Let's say x is 0. And then let's say y is 0. And then we just got to find the other value. So let's do case 1. Why don't I use the lines here? Case 1 is when x is 0. 2 times 0 when x is 0. 2 times 0 plus y is equal to negative 3. That means we get y to be negative 3. Case 2. This time y is 0. And now we're looking for x. So now we have 2 times x plus 0 is equal to negative 3. Divide entire sides by 2, and we get x is negative 3 over 2. So we will put negative 3 over 2 here. Now we're ready to graph. Remember to use a straight edge if you have one. Now you should go get one. You can always use the edge of a scientific calculator, edge of a book, edge of a binder, protractor, ruler. Let's label this x and y. Graph paper helps you be precise. Let's graph the ordered pair 0, negative 3. Right here. So there's the y-intercept. Y-intercept is negative 3. And then we need to graph negative 3 halves, comma 0. So let's go left, 1 and 1/2. Don't go up or down. And now we're ready to play connect the dots. Put arrows at the end, and let's label our line. Our line is what? Our line is 2x plus 3 is equal to negative 3. Don't forget the little arrows at the end. And there you go. You graph a line. Well, you graphed an equation in standard form, and this is a straight line.